What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video we're gonna do another tier list when it comes to gaming crypto. This is gonna be the ultimate tier list when it comes to crypto gaming projects, and I'm very excited to do this, especially because the last time that I did this a lot of things have changed and I need to refresh them periodically because the crypto gaming industry moves so fast. Obviously, gaming crypto is not the most bullish sector that I'm in right now. I'm way more bullish on layer ones, way more bullish on meme coins, and while I don't believe that you necessarily need to have gaming projects in your portfolio, I think that you should be much better off with meme coins and some solid layer ones like Casper or Sui. I do believe that they have a spot, and if gaming crypto comes around, which is still an if, it's not a matter of when, it's still a matter of if for the matter, I do think that some of this could give you a lot of returns, but it's obviously very high risk. So before even getting started, obviously don't take anything that I'm saying today as financial advice. This is extremely risky, so do your own research and don't just take my word for granted. And the last disclaimer, yes, I might have forgotten your favorite gaming crypto, and I am not sorry for that, because obviously if I was to put every single gaming project out there, I would take hours to film this video and it's not even worth it. Follow me on X, join my free Telegram channel, and all the good stuff is down in the description of this video as always. And now it's time to get started. The first pick, in no particular order, Playable. I really like this project. It's built on Avalanche, which is also a very bullish thing in and of itself, because the Avalanche gaming ecosystem is probably going to be one of the most prosperous throughout this bull cycle and this gaming altcoin season, if it's ever going to come. And it's a project that has been building for a very long time. I reviewed this project ages ago. They got Nexus, it's a functioning game. They got a lot of other games in the pipeline. I think that the marketing is also questionable. It's okay for a lot of people, but it's also a bit all over the top. So, I mean, debatable marketing choices, but very good platform, functioning product. I think it's got potential. It could even go something like a 20x. Then we have gaming, which is a good gaming ecosystem platform, but it's been messed up by the terrible tokenomics. And this is going to be a very questionable and a recurring theme when it comes to gaming projects. The majority of them, unfortunately, have terrible vesting schedules, and the fact that the market has been very bearish in gaming for the last 6 to 7 months, and the vesting schedule has been atrocious. Obviously, the early investors are looking to get those profits and sell at every single token unlock. So I don't see a very good future for this project. I think that it could still do something like a 10x, but I'm torn apart between a 5 and a 10x. Then we have Dark Times, which is gonna sit into the Moonshot category. And by the way, don't take the Moonshot category as something like, oh, 100x or 1000x, could even go to 0 for all that matter. But it's something that is extremely high risk to high reward. And as a result, it could do insane multipliers, but it could also go to, you know, a very severe downtrend and lose all of your money. So obviously something that you need to be very cautious about. So this is Dark Times, and the ticker is Times, and it's a new project that has a very awful chart to see like this. What the hell is even this? It's been fudded for a lot of reasons. So the main reasons why you see that chart looking like that, it's because some whale was adding liquidity on C2, so the DEX for Sui, and causing an unauthorized swing in prices. It's been addressed. Some people say that, some people don't. The team has been questionably dodgy about it. So the only legit way to buy this right now is on Gate, which is an exchange that I hate for the matter. So I would probably buy this on Turbo's Finance. I think that this liquidity pool is authorized. Otherwise, I don't even know where I would buy this. It's also a project that has been very, I don't know, kind of like in the unknown. It's not even out there like the main game, but it's also going to be one of the games that are going to be available at launch on Sui Play, which is going to be the gaming handheld device developed by Sui. So if you're bullish on Sui, you're probably going to be bullish on this game, but I haven't seen any sort of gameplay. The price action is questionable. The way that the team is going on about it is questionable. So I'm going to put it in the Moonshot because it could even pull 100x, but it's extremely risky. So don't be surprised if it even goes to 0. Then we have PCP, which is going to be my first pick of the day to absolutely go to 0. You guys are going to remember, if you have followed the situation, that they got presumably hacked. Now, whether you believe these things or not, I'm going to leave it completely up to you. Doesn't really matter. I don't particularly care. But the way that they've gone on about it was extremely questionable, and a lot of investors have obviously speculated and have been very doubtful about what was going on with the project. The way that a team handles a supposed hack says a lot about how serious a team is, and if the hack is actually, you know, legit, or if they've done perhaps questionable actions in the past. So this is why I've grown even more bullish on Souls, the unfair ecosystem, when they got hacked. I can't say the same thing about PCP, so I think that it legitimately goes to zero. Then we have Matrix Fire. I think that this is a very good project. They are involved in esports. They're massive in Asia. Tokenomics are a bit meh. I think that this could do a 20x, but obviously it's questionable. Gamer Arena. I think this is another project on Avalanche. I was trading this when it got out. I think I pulled a few X's, then I got completely out of it. We traded this back in the day in my VIP Discord, but I don't know. From now, the tokenomics are not looking that bright. I think it's gonna do something like a 10x probably. Then we have Lit, which unfortunately is a project that had 10 out of 10 presentation, but a 0 to 10 marketing effort, and one of the worst teams that I've seen into gaming cryptos. It was involved in esports. I think that this is completely dead right now. I don't even want to follow it. And obviously this is a shame because I've lost money on this project. A lot of people have lost money on this project, and it's a shame because, again, the product was 10 out of 10 on the cards, but the worst team that I've ever encountered, probably the worst team would be AWT. So yeah, they both go to zero, unfortunately, and it's a shame because projects that could have so much of a potential, that could have gone to the billions in market cap, they had some of the worst marketing efforts and the dodgiest teams that you could ever encounter. So it's such a shame, especially because I was really hoping those picks to do particularly well, but it is what it is. It's crypto at the end of the day, and this is also why you need to invest very little money into gaming projects, because they can go to waste in a matter of seconds. Then we have Creo Engine. I do like this project, actually. I've been underestimating it and fading it when it launched, unfortunately. I honestly believe that it can do something between a 20 to 50x, but I'm going to say even a 50x. I think that this should be a no-brainer if you want to invest into something that is a little on the higher risk side, but potentially with very high rewards. Then we have WagerMe Games. So this one, in my opinion, has a very good community. I think that the community of this is very cult-like. I think that the team is very solid, but I also believe that the price action has been quite questionable. They also need to list on a few more exchanges. I think it's got that potential. I could even say that it could do a 20x just because they have a very strong community, and communities are very important, obviously. Big time. I love this project. I think it's one of the strongest projects out there, and it's also not listed on Binance. It's got a listing on Binance Futures, so it's probably going to get listed on Binance Spot, and I think it's going to surprise a lot of people. They have very strong connections also with Coinbase. They got listed at launch on Coinbase. I traded this for something like a 10x when I had just started my VIP group last year, so this was one of my first wins. So I'm going to keep this project dear to my heart. I don't have it right now, but I would perhaps consider a trade because it's probably going to pump when it gets listed to Binance. So this is really good. I'm going to put it on a 20x because obviously the market cap is questionably big, so it's not going to pull something like 100x, but risk to reward ratio on the safer side is probably one of the best rewards that you can get. Then we have Superverse. You can expect Elio and Alex Becker to pump the shit out of this project, so because of it, it's going to pump. It's been performing extremely well in recent months, especially compared to the standard of gaming projects. So I could even say 20x, but I'm going to play conservative. It's not also that small in market cap. I think a 10x is okay. Then Nakamoto Games. I don't really like this project. I'm going to keep it completely honest with you. I think it's completely overrated, but this also testifies that it doesn't really matter if the project has a 10 out of 10 product, because if the community is there and if the project is hyped enough by influencers, by the community, the project is probably going to do extremely well as a result. So I'm not even going to hesitate to call this easily out 20x from here. Then we have OTK, which is going to be the second 50x of this tier list. A project that I've been trading and buying from the start. It's the only gaming project on this list that is backed by the Solana Foundation. They got a double reward system, and if you think about Axie Infinity and the winners of the previous bull cycle, the kind of projects that were really making a lot of money for their investors were the ones that had a clear remuneration system towards the users, so that users could generate revenue and obviously the investors could profit out of the hype and the speculation. Given that they are the only gaming project backed by the Solana Foundation and the fact that they are only listed on KuCoin when it comes to centralized exchanges, I would expect mad multipliers. So 50x is guaranteed to my eyes. Another 50x worthy project is Shockwave's Neuros, and it's a project that, again, I've found this when it wasn't even on any sort of centralized exchanges, but even before it got listed on Maxi. They got new games in the pipeline, they got a lot of new updates coming, so I'm probably going to cover this sooner than later. Expect a video in the next few days, perhaps. Mafia, I like this project. I think right now it's something like 50 million in market cap. Obviously, feeds on the fan base of Clash of Clans, and the fact that it's already covering one of the most popular games and mobile games of all time. I think it makes it a winner. They got good exchange listings, but there are some missing. So again, potential catalyst events to come in the near future. I think that something like 20x could be possible. If gaming crypto comes around, this is a no-brainer for a gaming crypto portfolio. Bloodloop, this has been too overhyped. They have a good functioning product, but as an investment, I don't think that this makes that much sense. I think that a 10x perhaps. Then we have Beam, which could also be considered a very good risk to reward play. I just don't think that I would buy this in any case, because if I'm looking for something, you know, that is going to be an easy 5 to 10x, I would just buy something like Kaspa or Sui or even Solana for that matter. I would rather buy Solana. I understand if some people would buy that, that just would not be me. So I would say 10x, but that could even be a bit of a stretch. Gala is just absolutely dead. It's old and nobody cares about it. Could probably do a 2-3x. I don't know. I don't care. G-Swift, I don't really like this project. Unpopular opinion. I don't like the way that they go on with marketing. I don't know, maybe it can do a 10x, but whatever. Illuvium, again, it's old. I don't like it, like 5x or less. IconX World goes absolutely to zero. It's a project that I don't like one single bit. The majority of the supply is unvested and untracked into hot wallets. They could sell it at any moment. It's got one of the worst price actions that you can see in gaming crypto, and it's been shielded by a lot of paid shield influencers all over Web3, so avoid, stay out. Metados is another project that, in my opinion, goes to zero. It has heavy data unlocks. It's got one of the worst tokenomics out there, so absolutely goes to zero. Shrapnel, I don't think it makes that much sense as an investment as well. Unpopular opinion, but I don't think it's going to do much more than a 5x. It's got too much FUD over the last few months, and if there's a serious game that is going to be onboarding Web2 users, it's going to be off the grid Gzilla. It's not going to be Shrapnel. So honestly, I just don't really like it at all. G-File, I just don't like it. I know that this video is probably going to be very unpopular to the majority of stuff that you see online. I think they're still going to do something like a 10x. I've traded it. I made something like a 5 to 6x on G-File. I was actually one of the early investors of this, but I just don't like it. Yes, they have a good team, but in my opinion, they're not really delivering on the timelines. I don't think that their games are even that good, to be honest. So yeah, 10x could be possible just because, in my opinion, they're going to land into very good exchanges, but I just don't see even that much of a hype or a community for this one. G3 is another project that I would put into the same bracket of gaming, but I think it's got even worse tokenomics, so probably 5x. Karat, I think it's solid. I think the game is solid. I think that the backing of influencers is also solid. I'm going to say a 20x because, yes, the market cap is not tiny by any means compared to other micro caps that you can see on this list, but I still believe that it's so freaking hyped, and hype is, at the end of the day, the most important thing for these projects, right? Immutable X is one of the best gaming ecosystem out there, but we're talking about financial investments here. So I think it was just for the previous bull market what Beam is going to be for this one. So I would pick Beam over Immutable X. Immutable X could be safer, so to speak, but Beam is going to give better rewards. So if you're looking for something like a 3 to 5x, invest into Immutable X without taking this as financial advice. If you're looking for something like a 7 to 10x, then Beam would probably be a better choice for you. Then we have Off the Grid Gzilla. It absolutely sits on the first spot because if there's something that is going to be the catalyst event for the gaming crypto bull run, it's going to be Gzilla Off the Grid. So it absolutely sits there. I don't even care of it as an investment, but I care about what it's going to represent for the Avalanche gaming ecosystem and for the gaming crypto ecosystem as a whole. There's professional previous Call of Duty, Fortnite players, Warzone, etc. They are pivoting towards this game. They're going to have a whole new Web3 infrastructure surrounding it. It's going to be the thing for the next few years even. So I'm not afraid to say that this is going to be the most bullish thing out of all gaming crypto. Then we have Elix. It really sits on the same bracket of lit to me. I hope it goes to zero. Avoid like the plague. Cup Games. I don't even know why I put it here. One of the worst aiming plays to be coming out of the 2023 run. So absolutely goes to zero. Our Games also goes to 0. The worst vesting schedules together with Metados along the lines of this list. Then we have the unfettered ecosystem. I'm going to say Moonshot. Maybe it's not going to do 100x. Maybe it's not even going to do a 50x, but just for the sheer potential that this project has and the fact that it's partnered with Foxy, which is the biggest bean coin on Linea. They are a part of the Linea Gaming Guild right now. They got so many new updates. They have a new game that is going to be delivered towards this 2024-2025 bull cycle that is going to be developed on Unreal Engine 5. It's another one of the games that is really, in my opinion, going to onboard gamers from the Web2 sphere into Web3. It's honestly could be a Web2 game for all that is, and they also have expansion into Awakening that it has been completely remodeled. Guys, this is just a no-brainer for me, and the fact that it's around 1 billion in market cap should be a no-brainer for you all to make it a 50 to 100x potential gaming project in your list. Corpo, it could even pull a 10x, but it's just an awful play because it has terrible dilution, terrible vesting. I've always warned people, while all of these other YouTubers that they think, oh, they found the next gen, that they are the earliest always, they're going to give you this kind of plays. They have terrible dilutions, and they do a 10x over 2 years, if anything, if possible, while having a terrible degree of risk. Honestly, this is so bad, I'm going to degrade. I'm going to put it to 5x because it's just too bad. Metal, I don't even remember the full name of this. I mean, it's surely going to pump a little bit. It was getting a lot of hype. Yeah, I'm not going to say it goes to 0. They got potential for exchange listings and everything, and it pumped completely out of nowhere and with a lot of influencers backing it. I'm going to say 5x or less, though. I don't really like it. And I'm going to say the same thing of FCon. I just don't like this project. It's on Solana, and this is why I'm not going to say that it goes to 0, but there's just so much better projects out there. This is a team that is very infamous for not delivering. So Miria, I am in no way bullish on this, especially given the very bad price action and the fact that this is just solely relying on Alex Becker to shill your bags. I'm gonna say a 10x, but perhaps I'm being a bit optimistic, so whatever. And then Domi, which is another project on Avalanche. I think that the community is quite based. I don't mind this project, actually. I think it's quite decent. Could even do a 20x if we are being a bit optimistic, but it obviously comes with a risk. But if Avalanche Gaming does extremely well, then this could easily do a 20x for sure. That is pretty much it for this video. Let me know down in the comment section, how do you feel about this list? Obviously it's mine, so I am not sorry if you disagree with this. This is just my own opinion. But obviously I'm very curious to hear what you think and what you have done differently if it had been your list. If you want to connect with me any further, if you want to see everything that I'm buying on a daily basis, all of my buy and sell alerts, and buying these projects before they pump astronomically, and to print so freaking hard during this altcoin season that is about to enter full swing, then make sure to join my private group. It's the first link down in the description, also the QR code that you see above my head. I also do recommend the Elite Lifetime Membership. And if you've watched the entire duration of this long ass video, I'm even gonna eat you up with a discount. Just email me potato and I'm gonna give you a discount. I'm never doing this ever for lifetime memberships, but I'm gonna do it for you just because this was a long ass video and I really appreciate it if you watched until the end. I hope to see you there and help you out with your crypto investing journey. And until then, take care for now.